All right, so now what we're going to do is just a bit more of a traditional shading on this. And again, just continuing from the last video, kind of. I think we're kind of done with this one over here. But one thing you might notice is I did draw another layer, and I filled back in some of the white of the eye that just kind of disappeared with those color effects. All right, so this time around, we're gonna deal with our inking pen for kind of going over some of this the sketchiness of it, and also we're gonna try to get things, just I guess you'd say tightened up a little bit. So prettier lines like that. Okay, and speaking of maybe the most interesting thing here to start with would be actually getting this like a perfect circle for these eyes. And if you were to just Google shape brushes for Procreate, you'll come across some free ones, and here's what they look like in the program. So you could just grab a solid circle, and that's obviously a bit big, but oops. Oh, it looks like I'm on the. Sorry, let's take a step back there. Let's work on. I'll make some just good old empty layers. Here, well, first off, I know I can make that a bit smaller, but all right. Oh, there we go. That is about the right size. And I'll set magnetic so I can just kind of uniformly make it a little bit smaller. And yeah, so what we can do is we can just start with a perfect circle, so that we don't have to worry about it not being perfect. And let's take it down just a little bit. That way we can draw underneath the underneath the bottom of the eye some. And let's go deal with our airbrushing brushes. So I'm going to click on that soft airbrush. And now that we have that perfect circular shape, what we can do is we can select it. Oh, there's quite a few things we could do. Yeah, let's select it. Let's go up a layer, and then we'll just start drawing in some blue color around it. Let's grab some sort of blue around there. It's fine. Okay, so yeah, what happened? Oh, it's fine. I'm seeing the sketchy the sketch over here. I'm gonna pull this below the what I'm working on, and I just sorry, little layer management problem there. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna make this a bit bigger to begin with. Just fill it in. Again, I'm gonna try to be a bit more precise this time around, at least in some areas. The eyes are obviously an important one. And then after we've got that, so I can deselect this, I'm going to just go back to the layer with just the eye, the pupil. I'm going to, well, there's a couple ways I could do this. I'll just swipe right on it and duplicate it. Bring that above what I just drew. Scale it down. And try to get this right in the middle. So I think... not close enough. Okay, so we got that in there, and let's go back up to this layer, or a new one above there. We're going to collapse all these together in just a little bit, and I'm just going to darken the top of it, just like I did in the sketch. So, and it's probably a good idea to select this once again. So select, and then that way, when we're working on layer 3, we can't draw outside of that. All right. Okay, there we go. And I might flip back down here to this blue layer. I'm going to hold down on this just so I get back to that other color that I had before. And then kind of work in a little bit of a lighter color on this side right over here. Okay, then after I've done that, let's go up one more layer just above everything. Grab a white color and... fill that in right over there. So be real kind of loose with it. And then let's set the size down. And then, yeah, go right there. And draw it real nice and hard. So you get kind of a full white effect on that. And again, if you want, I think it's fine to go over here and do sort of the opposite on the other side. I mean, hey, it's up to you. It's your drawing. And well, you know, the kind of the more of these you add, the more kind of glassy I feel like it looks. So, you know, hey, again, yeah, it's your whole deal too, right? So let's go then, and I'm gonna be above, I guess above this layer, and I'm just gonna draw in some of those lines, just like I did in the our kind of watercolor one. So just stuff like that looks kind of nice, huh? Well, but wasn't what I was planning to do, but let's add a little bit of that in there. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll take the size of this down. Let me just see what, okay, that's about right. Just some stuff like that. Don't think I want to go too far out though. And let's see. Yep, certainly quite glossy. You know what, it might be a little bit better if I start from the edges and go in. That is definitely a pretty looking eye. Okay, if we feel like we kind of got it, you know, we could compress it all together. I might do some darker lines real quick up here at the top. Just kind of turning it as I go. Do some of those in between. Taking the opacity down a tad. All right. Nope. Let's merge them all together. All right, so swiping right, right, and just pinching fingers together to get them all down into one. I don't think I mentioned that the last time I did that. Sorry. Okay, once we've got this, we can duplicate it. Oh, whoops. And let's... Oh, I must have them both selected. All right, undo that. Let's try this again. Duplicate it. Just select one of them. All right, moving on over. And we've got ourselves quite a stare down with those eyes, don't we? Okay, so let's. I don't have a problem merging these two layers together. Don't really need to, I suppose, but we can. All right, let me just test the thickness of that. Take this up. Okay, and I'm dealing with the soft airbrush. I actually want to be probably with the technical pen for right now. Okay, I'm gonna just try to quickly get in the white of the eye. This I'll probably just fill in once I get the outside of it in. And I'm inevitably gonna go back over it with a stroke or a line shape. So yeah, that's about right. Yeah, let's grab the just a fully black color, and let's see if we can give ourselves a nice, just this kind of single perfect swoop of the eyebrow. I'm gonna turn the size up just a little bit more, something like that. Okay, if you feel like you got it, now I'm going to take the size down some and just kind of, if I can, just draw right on the outside. Well, I could always go through and remove some of the white there. Maybe I should have started with the white, huh? Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have. I need a co-host in here to critique me. Okay, and I hear somebody crying outside my door. Okay, problem solved there. Yeah, let's see. Let's clean this up a little bit. I probably should have been doing that that white part on a whole different layer than this one, but it's okay. All right, so once you get a nice little eye over here, oh, we got one more thing to do. Try to continue this one nice little swoop, but I don't know if I can. There we go. That didn't turn out how I wanted. If only Procreate could account for the I don't know, twitchiness of my hand occasionally. Okay, good enough for now. Let's just merge this. Merge down. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to swipe right, duplicate, or swipe left, I should say. I think I've been saying swipe left this whole time. Whichever way swipes that works for you. And just have the one selected. All right, so hit the arrow, reverse it. So right next to magnetic is that is the reverse direction. So we've got two of them now. Oh. So it's you can see obviously that's right. That's a little messed up right there. What we can do is just erase over the eye if we want. I got no problem doing that. Of course, it'd be nice if we had the actual eraser tool selected to do that. Okay, I think we got it. And let's go up a layer, technical pen. Let's get a black color. Now, of course, if you did get one side of this head in here perfectly, you could duplicate that as well, since this is a symmetrical head that we're seeing. So yeah, if that looks good enough, we could duplicate it, flip it around. Probably unnecessary, but okay. And I'm going to take the brush size up just a little bit. Once we've got the closed-in area for the skin, I'll fill that in, and then we might just work back on the hair in another video. Trying to be sure I actually do some stuff like this right here where there's a little overlap. Oh man, I keep double tapping the screen with the side of my hand. I've seen videos where people are wearing these like half gloves, and now I know why. Okay. Oh, I gotta merge this down onto the other one, but I think I've got a nice closed shape in here. I can set this as a reference. So I just tap on it, reference, And then underneath, it doesn't matter where underneath here, as long as I have one reference layer, I can grab a skin tone and I can fill this in, right, just like that. And from there, let's go ahead and get the nose back in. Let me, yeah, there we go. Quiet down that layer for a moment. I'll take a reference off. I'll keep drawing with the technical pen on here. Not that I couldn't have guessed where that nose was going to end up, but here we go. I'm going to take the size down quite a bit and then just put in just a little indication. Yeah, well, maybe not a little. Give him or her that smirk that they had before. And then, yeah, let's head back over here to this layer. I'm going to set the opacity back up again. I'm going to fill this, or I'm going to select it. Okay, so I can work only within there. Then I'm going to do some shading on the right side. This will be pretty easy though, because basically just going to take the pen. Kind of just go down the middle with it, right? Maybe move it just slightly off right here. But I'm just going to fill in this whole side now. Something like that. And of course, you could always think about playing around with your eraser at this point. Or no, actually, sorry, not the eraser. Just go back and use the other color. And doing some extra light, maybe underneath that eye. Something like that. And I'd probably say if you're going to do that, again, I'm going to try to hold down on this so I flip back to the other color I had before. If you're going to do that, you could think about the opposite effect over there on that eye. I don't know why that would make much sense, but do it how you feel it, if it feels right. Yeah, I guess, we still have, we got plenty of time to work through this. Might just do it all in one video. So again, let's do the same shading. We've actually got a perfect little mask set up for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to set the layer opacity down to about 40%. Grab a black color. So again, I don't have any kind of overlapping in the shading that I do here. And then I'm just going to go through here and shade underneath my hair that doesn't really exist at this moment. Let's put this above the eyes. So I'm going to move this up. And certainly, you can see that we've got much more of a traditional anime style or comic style shading already compared to our other one. We haven't really used for reference color-wise, but that's okay too. Feel like it could come down even a little bit more. One thing we haven't done though yet is that done the same kind of trick with our shading underneath the eyebrows. So again, just take the opacity down on this. Same tools as before. Just come underneath here. So here we are doubling up on things. Yes, it's cool. What do we think? Maybe a little shadow underneath there. Let's do this. I'll just take the eraser, kind of erase it out. it looks more like a Hitler mustache right now. Not feeling it. Get rid of it. Undo, undo. Well, let's try. I'm gonna just, let's see. Yeah, that's okay. Much better than how it started. And okay, so I'm gonna unselect that. Now we can go ahead and let's continue putting these lines in here for the hair, and try to speed things up just a little bit. Let's see what. No, we don't want that. Wrong layer. You know, at any point we could start to merge some of these other ones down. Let me merge that. Yeah, I'm just gonna merge this one down into the other one. Merge this down. In fact, I'll merge all these together. So I'm just gonna pinch them. For some reason, I feel like I should keep the eyes separate. I don't know. And all right, what do we got pen wise? Go back over here. Okay, I'm going to take that up just a little bit. Want that to be just a bit more rounded. Okay. Good enough. Well, for me, this is actually kind of quick. I tend to undo a lot. All right, let's see how this looks without the sketch showing underneath. Okay. Not too bad. I'd probably clean up some of this. Maybe strengthen some of these ones just a bit. All right, but yeah, probably good enough to fill in. Like again, let's do that little reference trick. So I'm gonna make that a reference. I'm gonna create another layer underneath. Let's just go with that color purple. Why not? Fill that in. Okay. Yeah, look at how she was shaded last time. I kind of forgot all about that. And then now that we've done that, go over here. Let's take reference off. I'm gonna just select this, and let's grab a darker purple. Let's switch over here to our airbrush. So we'll go with this soft airbrush is fine. And let's begin to airbrush some of this in. So again, I'm gonna make the darker side on the right here. I guess I should be kind of paying attention to that line I did down the middle of the head as a, you know, a guide for where these shadows are going to be. But yes and no. I'm kind of just doing something a lot softer anyway. So, and we could always go back through and put in a kind of a hard line down the middle if we wanted. Yeah, I'm gonna make the brush size a bit bigger so I can just kind of, I don't know. Okay. All right, after we've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and just work up one more layer, and let's take the brush size down. Do we get some nice light from? Yeah. Although for right now, I might just work with a much hotter pink. Actually, didn't mean to undo that. Gonna erase that. I think the brush size needs to get down a bit. Okay, let's see what this looks like without that mask layer in there. All right, yeah, pretty good, I guess. Let's go, and I'm gonna work just on another layer up here. I just want to see what we could do with some extra line effects. Actually, one thing's bothering me real quick. Let me just erase this right here. Oh, actually, that looks kind of nice. Look at that. Seems like there's a shadow being cast on that side, doesn't it? So there you go. Happy accident, right? See if there's any other places we could do some things like that. Not really. There's not a ton of them. Maybe over there. Maybe along this way. Where would that occur over here? Well, that looks better. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Something about that area is messing me up. Let me just undo it. Leave it as it was for right now. What was I thinking? What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. More lines. Okay, go back to the pen. So yeah, if you feel like doing stuff like that, I think it's okay. Doesn't really lend itself to animation, but I don't know if I'd do it right there after all. Yeah, you certainly wouldn't want to do this and then animate, right? Have all these lines to deal with. Alfalfa sprout, anybody? Yeah, well, it's okay. I could always sit here and clean up stuff forever and play around adding different things. But yeah, you get two different approaches to coloring something like this in. And yeah, there you go. I'm going to call it quits, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. What are we calling this? The anime chibi style coloring lesson, whatever it is. Okay, good night and good luck.